Hello and welcome to the Gaia update for the full moon in Cancer on January 12th, 2017. I'm Adrienne Elise. This is the first full moon of 2017, and it's a really powerful way to look forward into this year as it's triggering that Pluto-Uranus square and Jupiter in the mix for the year of 2017 with making the cross. And the moon is in Cancer, so it's making the T-square into a grand cross right across from the Sun and Pluto in Capricorn. So we're getting illuminated into what this is really about, especially since Mercury is turning direct. Mercury turned direct on the 8th, and so we're feeling this forward motion. Mercury's just about to move back into Capricorn when this full moon happens. So January is a great time while all these planets are direct, but Mercury's still in its shadow before the Chinese New Year at the end of the month, where we move into the Chinese New Year of the Fire Rooster. It's a great time to get the intuitive support you need for 2017. So I hope you consider taking advantage of my session special, my January special, 25% off of an intuitive healing session, just $99, and you can find out more about that below or at adrienneelise.com/intuitive-healing-sessions. So this full moon is triggering this cross that we're going to be really feeling. We've had the Pluto-Uranus square ever since 2011. They loosened up in their square, but now Jupiter is coming in and triggering and expanding and growing and bringing out into the reality what this square has all been about. So this full moon in January is really potent as it is in Cancer, opposing the Sun and Pluto in Capricorn. And the Sun right there in Pluto is bringing the light into the darkness, putting a spotlight on what it is we need to break down. Pluto has moved into the second part of Capricorn, and so we have had this time of breaking down, figuring out what's in the way, and now we're starting to build this new world, and that's what Jupiter is doing as it activates this T-square this year in 2017. This is potent because this full moon and the first three full moons of 2017 happen at 22 degrees. So 22 is the master builder number, and it's time for us to build this new world. So what is this full moon talking to us about? In Cancer, it's about bringing some nurturing, some understanding, some surrender, some release. It's potent also because both our male and female planet, Mars and Venus, are both in Pisces, trining up with that moon, making a harmonious aspect, saying, hey, we can nurture ourselves through healing the archetypes of the male and the female that were so distorted and destroyed our society in the age of Pisces. And so it's a real opportunity for a collective healing that's happening right now. That's because Saturn is square up to Chiron, our wounded healer, in Pisces as well. So Mars is in Pisces and conjuncting Chiron right at the time of the new moon, at this full moon. And then Venus is conjuncting Neptune in Pisces. So we're getting some information here around what this Piscean age was about, what is the healing that needs to take place in our collective consciousness, and also our reality and our dreams and our visions. And this is so potent as we move into 2017. And so Mars and Venus there in Pisces, bringing this Pisces energy, trining up to the moon in Cancer, saying, hey, we've got to break down and build new and let go of our past, but can we nurture ourselves through this? And so that harmonious energy of the trine between Venus and Mars, even though Mars is coming up with Chiron, that means it's squaring Saturn, but Mars square Saturn can be really potent for bringing forward some new reality. Saturn says, let's make it real. What's the karma of this? What's our duty here? How do we bring it into reality? It's the builder of Capricorn energy, also the limitation of Capricorn energy, but in Sagittarius, our sign of seeking, religion and teaching. And so we're having this powerful energy as this Mercury retrograde went from Capricorn back into Sagittarius and back into Capricorn, looking at this powerful place between religion, seeking, and then the Pisces energy of that collective consciousness, that spirituality. So this whole energy right now is about evaluating our knowledge with our structures of authority and our true spirituality. And so our spirituality was kind of abducted by authority in the Piscean age. And now we're like working all this stuff out, but in our own individual lives, where we start to come out a victim. That's that Saturn square Chiron. And with Mars there, it's like we've got a motorboat on this. It's in water signs. And so we're getting that healing and nurturing energy of the Cancer moon. But it's also stirring up the muck. But this is a really good thing, because 2017 has totally different energy than 2016, and everybody feels that, and everybody feels the need to move forward into hope, into freedom, into a place of peace within. And so this water energy is giving us a glimpse of that, giving us a glimpse of why are we doing this? We're doing this to lighten our load individually, and that affects the collective, so we can move into building this new age that has the ideals of humanitarian ideals that are going to care for us and nurture us. And that is really where the revolution happens, is where we decide it's okay for ourselves to be cared for, and that we no longer need the victim power control paradigm. And so, of course, we're working all this through our relationships with Jupiter there in Libra, making this powerful square. So a potent energy of healing the wounds of the past, the division within, finding those deepest core wounds and bringing those into gifts so that we can build this new world. So I hope you can join me for the live activation. It's going to happen 12 hours before the actual full moon, which is around 4 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 12th. So on the 11th, Wednesday the 11th at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I hope you'll join me for the live activation, where we can really get set our course for 2017 and take advantage of this massive, nurturing but powerfully motivated energy of moving forward. It's interesting that Venus is meeting up with Neptune just as it goes to 10 degrees Pisces, and Neptune was in a retrograde cycle until December, the end of December of 2016, but it's been at 9 degrees since the end of September. So it's this big significant thing of kind of moving forward in this collective healing. And how are we going to get there? With the energy of the goddess, with tons of beautiful goddess aspects this year of 2017, and massive transformation ahead. And now we can tap into the energy of loving ourselves enough to commit to our transformation, because we can nurture ourselves through it, and growing the support of our community as we begin to value ourselves in a real way, both the male and the female within, the action and the passive, and being able to harmonize these inside of ourselves. The sacred marriage within is really what 2017 is about, a transformation into your true self, where all of the victim energy of enemy and karma and everything everyone's ever done to you, finding forgiveness and love in your heart, because it got you here right now in 2017 on planet Earth to be able to fully embody the truth of who you are and transform this world, build it into something new that works better for everyone rather than just a few. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on live activation on Wednesday the 11th. I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.